Hi all, my name is Haley Comet and welcome to my cosmic corner of the internet where we discuss all things astrology. And today, continuing on in our North Node Strengths, Opportunities, Challenges series, we'll explore North Node in the 5th house, which by extension means that your South Node is in the 11th house. How unlocking your natural talents and abilities in the 11th house can help you on your journey to master and explore the 5th house. Before I dive in, if at any point in this video you gain any value, clarity, knowledge, I would so love it if you could just drop a like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell on if that's something you want to do. It really helps me keep the videos coming. And without further ado, let's get into 5th house nodal journey. So to understand North Node in the 5th house, we need to understand South Node in the 11th house. South Node is where you've been. It's where you are naturally talented. It is where you are naturally comfortable. And if you are someone who resonates with past lives or karmic astrology, it would be considered that South Node is your past life. So of course, where you have past life experience, you're going to be more knowledgeable in. So South Node is kind of this untapped potential in terms of the knowledge and the abilities that we just bring into this lifetime just naturally. It's like who we are. So I think its significance kind of gets downplayed, particularly in modern astrology, who is just like, you need to let go of the South Node and go to the North Node. You need to appreciate your South Node. So let's talk about your South Node. 5th house North Node people, which means your 11th house South Node. So you might be naturally very dialed into the concerns of other people. And not so much one-to-one context, but like wide audiences of people, humanitarian issues. You might be someone who is naturally gifted in helping out with humanitarian causes or altruistic causes because you kind of had this past life experience of being dialed into the collective consciousness. And you could have been someone, if the past life idea resonates for you, you could have been someone who was some sort of leader in humanitarian causes or fought for people, who was very dialed into group ideas. And you bring with you this natural magnetism when it does come to other people and broad audiences. You could have natural leadership abilities that you need to appreciate. You could have natural kind of way with community, way with friends. You feel comfortable when you're around people. You know that people are stronger when they are in groups. And we're talking 11th house. We're talking wide audiences of people, large audiences of people. You could have been someone who was really drawn to the internet or could have not had the most difficult time gaining, internet clout or any sort of fame in that sense, because you kind of have this knowledge of how to connect with people on a bigger level, on a bigger term. And by extension, you're also very dialed into humanitarian issues. Like other people might be able to just ignore things, but you're someone who it affects you. You take it personally. You are part of, society. You are a human. And you are more dialed into the plights and the struggles of other human beings. This is where it gets a little tricky because you do have natural abilities there. But if you stay there, you'll be doing your soul a disservice by not fulfilling your soul desire for growth, which is your North Node in the 5th house. So you've had past life experience or maybe just this natural ability in being able to fight for other people, stick up for other people, lead other people. You've wanted a lot, you've dreamt a lot, you've hoped for a lot. And this lifetime is about something different. And it's important not to get stuck in the 11th house. So you'll notice you're stuck in the 11th house when you're constantly trying to fit in with a group or with a community, sacrificing your own authenticity, your own self-expression. Because you want to fit in with your community. You want to fit in with your organization. You want to fit in with your club. So you downplay your natural abilities. It gets in your way when you are so concerned about everyone else and the plights of other people that you forget to fall in love and experience pleasure and have fun because you're so concerned about everything. You can have that 11th house South Node hold you back if you're so busy wishing and hoping for all of these things and dreaming of the future and fighting for these causes and that you forget to just stop and enjoy the here and now. So it's tricky because we want to acknowledge and appreciate your 11th house abilities, which is perhaps natural leadership ability, natural ability to reach a large number of people, big dreams that you want to fulfill, a heart that truly feels for other humanitarian causes and doesn't just, walk by them. but that's not where you're meant to stay in this lifetime. You've kind of done that before. So whenever I see someone with North Node in the 5th house, I'm like, you did your thing. Like, I'm sure in past lives you were there, like, marching and fighting for things, and this lifetime is about something different. And yes, help out when you can. Definitely be a part of charity organizations, but don't allow that to be the center of your life, because you're doing your soul a disservice. So let's talk about North Node in the 5th house, what you are here to experience, what you are here to learn. And it's important to remember, South Node is your comfort zone. So 11th house matters, feel comfy, you're cozy there. Whereas 5th house might feel really unfamiliar. Your soul doesn't really have as much experience there. So in marching towards the 5th house, it might be like, danger, what are we doing? This isn't something I feel comfortable doing. So it's super essential to find this kind of balance between the two. So North Node, what you are meant to expand and learn. 5th house governs creativity, self-expression, romance, fun, recreation, romance, play, children. This is fun. This is the party house. So what I've seen a lot of times with North Node 5th house people is that they can shun play and fun in their life because they might have these past life experiences of needing to fight for causes and stick up for people and always be, doing the work and always wanting. Remember, 11th house is hopes and dreams. So it's like always wanting these things and wanting these things and wanting to do things bigger. Whereas 5th house is like, what if we learn how to enjoy the present moment? What if we expand play within our life? And one way could absolutely be having children, though that won't be necessarily the same for others. It could just be expanding your own inner child, what play means for you. Maybe when you were younger, you were kind of a serious kid and you kind of like grew up, and then now as an adult, you feel like you're getting younger as you age because you're reclaiming play in your life. It could absolutely be through having children. That may be a sector of life that you're not comfortable with, or it's something that you've never been sure of, but it could be something that really soul expands you. But of course, bringing another human into this world isn't something to be done lightly, and certainly not from one indicator within your birth chart. But it could be this journey of learning how to just be in the moment with kids. I mean, kids are honestly such great teachers. Like, I was playing with my sister's good friend's child, who is absolutely adorable, and we just made up all these fun games, and it was so silly, and we were just laughing a lot. And in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, I have work to do. But in being in that moment, I was like, what's more important than playing hide and seek with this child right now and just laughing? We lose sight of that. And children can be absolutely one way of exploring that. You do not need to have children. It could be spending time with children, being like a teacher or something of the like, and just remembering the in the momentness that children represent and exude. And creativity as well, like always making new games. And 11th house is about wanting and dreaming. 5th house is about creating things just for the sake of creating them. Finger painting just because it's fun. Working on a project that is like your baby because you take care of it and you nurture it and you want it to be good, not because you need outward validation, but because it feels good when you make something that you are proud of. And I loved this. I saw this on Twitter, so I want to make sure to give credit to Academic Astro. I believe her name's Steph, but she tweeted that 5th house, because it's always hard to explain to clients that 5th house is children and also like creativity. It's things that you kind of nurture and take care of, right? And so like she said in the tweet, like anything that could be considered your baby, like building a business, like that's your baby. It's something that you like pour into, like creating an artwork, that's your baby. You pour into it. So it's something that you kind of take care and nurture just to make it the best that it can be. So certainly expanding play in your life, expanding fun in your life, expanding creativity in your life, expanding children, or just expanding your own inner child. 5th house is also romance, and it's important to distinguish serious one-on-one connections. That's 7th house. So that's not necessarily where you're meant to really grow and learn here. It's romance, it's banter, it's flirting, is North Node in the 5th house. So inviting in romance. I mean, romance might be something that like your soul feels like, oh, we don't have time for that. So many issues we have to stick up for. And, it's so silly. But what is better in this world than falling in love? And your North Node is honestly amazing because your journey is about how to fall in love and how to have fun and just enjoy life. So there might be some, as I mentioned, North Node is where we're not inherently comfortable. So there might be some hesitations regarding romance, regarding love, feeling awkward around you know, the feeling awkward around the people that you're interested in, or feeling like you don't have time, or that's silly, or it's asinine. Let yourself fall in love. Let yourself be heartbroken. You know, fifth house is also a very dramatic house. So you're meant to feel things, and you're meant to transmute that into art. You're meant to live. You're meant to go to the party and maybe not, you know, sleep those extra 2 hours, but you're meant to live, and you're meant to express yourself through those processes of living. And it's really hard to be creative if you live this insulated life where you never put yourself out there and get your heart broken and fall in love and, you know, make something and go to the party and have life experiences. You also could be expanded by things such as theater, things such as, you know, writing, singing, anything creative truly expands you. But it's important it's not creative for other people. It's creative for the purpose of expressing yourself. Fifth house is expression, it's drama, it's life, it's the juiciness of life. And I think it's kind of a blessing that you have North Node in the fifth house, because as uncomfortable as it might be to, you know, allow your own desire for pleasure and fun to take forefront, it's what you're meant to learn. You've had many lifetimes of doing things for other people, and this is a lifetime about learning what it means to be human, yourself, letting yourself stand out from the crowd. Appreciating that you do have these leadership abilities and that you do care about these humanitarian causes, but North Node is in fifth house. You are expanded through self-expression, through individuality, through not blending in with other people, through expressing yourself, through whatever means draws to you. Stories, singing, poetry, theater, whatever it is, expressing yourself, your voice. Letting yourself have these rich emotions that happen when you fall in love, when you go through romance. Letting yourself have fun, expand play within your life, be in the moment, expand sensuality within your life, have fun, feel what it's like to be in your body. These are soul themes for you. So continuing to expand that, to protect your play, to know that your play is just as valuable as your work in this lifetime, and to defend it. It's very sacred. Friends, I love this placement and I love talking about it. If you have it, comment below which sign it occurs in. I hold a Monday morning IGTV series called Magic Monday on my Instagram at Haley Comet Astrology. It's on the screen as well. And if you learned anything new about your North Node in the fifth house, if you could just drop a like, I would so appreciate it. And until we meet again, drink lots of water and stay cosmic.